Open Your Eyes is brought to you by the Belize Bank. Our country, your bank.
Good morning. Welcome to Open Your Eyes.
Start your morning right. I am John Palacio.
And I'm Marlene Cuellar, and thank you for joining us this morning.
Yep, thank you so very much. The weather is beautiful. We'll be taking a look at it coming up shortly. The professionals will be telling us what to expect throughout the weekend. But nonetheless, we're so thankful that you actually started your morning right with us. Huh?
Okay.
So they're on the line already?
Yeah.
Wow, Catherine Cumberbatch. Man, I haven't heard this voice in a while. Catherine, good morning.
Good morning. Good morning, Jen. How are you?
I am very
and
good.
also good morning, Marlene.
We haven't heard this voice in a while.
Not so. I think Marlene heard my voice last week.
I'm glad you said it. Yes.
Well, Catherine, I'm going to savor the moment.
You've been away, John. That's me, you.
I'm going to savor the moment. Let's get on into it. The general situation, please. What can we expect?
Okay, for today, Jan, we will continue to experience the seasonal warm and dry weather and with windy conditions, no? And the forecast is going for mostly sunny skies with no rainfall today, and we expect the high temperatures to reach 88 degrees Fahrenheit along the coast and 95 inland, and up in the hills we expect 84 degrees Fahrenheit. As for tonight, the skies will be clear to partly cloudy with little or no rainfall, and temperatures will drop to 80 along the coast, 72 inland, and 68 in the higher elevation. As it pertains to the wind, as I mentioned, we are having a gusty airflow over the country, so the winds will be blowing from the east to southeast at 15 to 25 knots, and that will be the sea state will be rough. We have a small craft warning remains in effect for gusty winds and locally rough seas. And the outlook for Saturday and Saturday night is for continuing warm and windy weather with little or no rainfall.
Well,
and basically that's the base of the forecast.
Ooh.
Well, we've been warned.
So no rains over the weekend?
If we do rains, it's be little or nothing.
Okay. And it'll be as warm as it is right now?
Yes, it's going to be warm. But it won't be as warm as what we had the past 2 days, temperatures reaching 101 degrees Fahrenheit in the inland areas.
Wow.
But we expect it should be still pretty much warm, especially in the interior of the country.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow. Well, Catherine, we're so thankful. You shared it with us. Now we know. Thank you.
Okay. You're welcome. Have a great day, and both of you stay safe.
You
All
too.
right, will do.
Okay.
All right, bye-bye.
Fair enough. Like you mentioned, it's going to be hot, and so we would like for folks to, one, stay cool. Two, make sure that you are hydrated, and that is the most important part of knowing what the weather is going to be like. All right.
This is what we always want for this time of year. It's warm and it's going to be windy, and it continues through to the weekend.
All right.
And keep things moving this morning and get into our eye opener. Some motivation to get us started for today. And our eye opener taken from dailyom.com goes like this. Red flags often come in the form of feelings urging us to pause, listen to our intentions, and reconsider. Just as the universe wants to provide for humans, it also seeks to protect us from dangerous situations, destructive relationships, and even minor inconveniences. Frequently in our lives, perhaps every day, we encounter psychic red flags warning us of potential problems or accidents. We may not always recognize the signs. However, more often than not, we may choose to ignore our intuition when it tells us that something just isn't right. For example, we may meet someone who outwardly seems perfect. They're intelligent, attractive, and charming. Yet, for some reason, being around them makes us feel uneasy. Any interactions we have with them are awkward and leave us feeling like there's something off about the situation. This is not necessarily a bad person, but for some reason, the universe is directing us away from that. Red flags are intended with our best interest at heart. No harm can ever come from stopping long enough to heed a red flag. Pay attention to any red flags that pop up. The universe is always looking out for you.
You know, the first thing I hear after the conclusion of this eye-opener is, I tell you, many a times we get it. I personally feel everybody goes through something like this. It's either you want to drive down that way, but your instinct or that within you says, go the other way. You're meeting somebody for the first time, nice, cool, calm, collective, but at the same time, something about them, like, something doesn't feel right here. But what I love about the eye-opener, Marlene, is that it says, but for some reason, no, this is not necessarily a bad person, or it might not be a bad place that you're actually turning into. It's just that feel from you. And one of the things that they've taught us from we were young, if that is how you feel, if that is what your mind is saying to you, then you follow it, because it is just that inner being, that inner part of being, you know, that you'd want to follow. The eye-opener is definitely one to reckon with, and everybody, I am sure, at some point or the other, goes through exactly what it says. Red flags often come in the form of a feeling or feelings urging us to pause, listen to our intuition, and reconsider. This happens most naturally to everybody.
Yeah, no, I love the eye-opener.
Yeah.
I think it really just goes back to, we call it our gut.
Yeah, gut
or
feeling.
Something, you have that gut feeling.
Yeah.
It's a bit of intuition that we tend to have when we're not just people, but situations as well. You know, and I think it's a fine line, because you don't want to become so judgmental that you just meet somebody and off the bat you decide they're not for me.
Yeah.
And when the eye-opener talks about them not being a bad person, that's so clear, you know. That doesn't mean that that person is bad or has terrible intentions. It just may be a bit of instinct that you have to recognize that there may be parts of them that you won't get along with. But it doesn't say run away from it. And that's what I like about today's eye-opener. It's not saying see the red flag and run the other direction.
Yes, yes.
It says pause. Pause to assess. Pause to be able to kind of take in why you may be having this gut feeling to something, and then act accordingly. You know, it's challenging sometimes. You know, when you get caught up in the pace of things and the pace of the world, you got to go, and it can really lead you into either making reckless decisions or in tough situations or in places where you say, if I'd only taken a moment to look at it properly, I probably wouldn't have been here. And don't you hate when that happens, when you say, man, I should have trusted my instinct on this. Like, I knew it was going to happen, and then here I am now. So, you know, and that's what it is. It's because you saw it, you didn't acknowledge it. You didn't pause to think the whole thing through, and then you went ahead and make a smarter decision, I want to say.
You're totally right. I love the way you sum that up, because it makes perfect sense in terms of what exactly this eye-opener is saying. It happens to you, I'm sure, and you're right there at home saying, you're right, indeed. But and that's the reason why we do an eye-opener, so we could motivate you. We try to touch your heart with exactly what we're sure that you've been through, or something that would educate you for when the time comes that you would find yourself in the situation, you know what to do, or you know how to reckon it. You know, I really and truly like the eye-opener. That was a good one, Mar.
Of course. So, you know, looking at some of the events of yesterday, there was a big football game that took place,
Big football match. Belize trying to get to the 2022 World Cup, and they're trying their best. They went up against a giant in Haiti. And I'm saying a giant because when it comes to CONCACAF, they're one of those top-tier teams. And Belize being one of the lower-tier teams, having to go up against the likes of Haiti, that stuff. Haiti, as a matter of fact, we know when it comes to football, they They're up there. As a matter of fact, they've got a U23 team right now playing in the Olympic qualifications.
Oh, wow.
And it's a U23. We don't have that out there. So we know one of the things that we need is, of course, the academy. Something to put us in a position to, when we get to that particular spot, we are totally aware of the system. We know what to do. We know how to do. I do say kudos, though, to the coaching team, as they're trying their utmost best. They're trying their utmost best with this team. They played a good match. They lost 2-0. You know, so we could only wish them the very. It wasn't a blowout.
It wasn't a blowout.
We could only wish them the very best.
And I know that's really silver lining thinking. People are saying we're being too kind.
Yeah,
but,
maybe.
You know, we've seen cases like that where the underdog goes in and they really get roughed up. So they held their own.
They held their own.
And I think that's. I can't help but reflect on. I believe we had the conversation. It may have been with the Minister of Sport at the time, the new Minister of Sport. You know, we have talked about this time and time again. You know, we're not going to get athletes at performance ready until we are training them from they're very young in the fundamentals, in the skill of the sport, and in the discipline of the sport. And it has to be a full-time dedication. We know it this is in football, we know it in every other sport that will come around. It is what it is. It's why you have excellent professionals in a field, because they have been studying and they have been putting in work, and they start off and they make the mistakes and they get better and better and better till they become exemplary in their fields. Athletes are no different. You know, while they have the natural talent, and I do believe that in Belize we possess natural talent, but we got to start honing it early. So, and you know, we can't forget that the guys faced a really tough welcome in Port-au-Prince on when they arrived. And that was definitely, you know, when I heard Ian Gannair reflecting on it and just what they had seen, we don't discuss so often, and I don't know how many people pay attention to regional news. But Haiti is known for its challenges. It's poor. It's heavily populated. They have a great deal of political challenges, and protests like this, they're not uncommon. You know, and so having them arrive in that situation and facing that, where we never get that experience in Belize, had to be really a shock to them as well.
It was. You know, I've been a part of that squad, so I could tell you exactly firsthand what the feeling is like, having to go to another country, a new country, and then upon arrival, this is what you're being faced with. There is for a player or for a part of the delegation, it comes across as, you know, we're giving you a warning. That's primarily that's at the front of your mind. So throughout the time, even though you know that you're probably a few days out before the game, in your mind you've already been warned. That's the feeling, and so it could play a big role in how you play the game, what the outcome should be. But I'll tell you what, even though these guys went through that harrowing feeling or situation there, they tried their best, you know, and for that reason we're so proud of them. I could remember the days of being there and actually reflecting on what yesterday was like for them. It's a feeling of pride knowing that you're going to play for your country. When you hear that Belize national anthem, when they say please rise for the Belize national anthem, what comes over your mind, and knowing that, you know what, it's going to be a battle on the field. And that is exactly what they took out there. They went down 2-0, and their return match is going to be, if I'm not mistaken, sometime next week, and they'll be playing that at the Isidoro Beaton Stadium in Belmopan. And so with that, we want for folks to cheer them on. We know that we won't be able to go out there. We know the situation. We know that COVID is here, but still let them feel welcome when they get back home. Let them cheer them on social media. Let them know that we are there with you. And that's the situation there with the Belize
That's
Jaguars.
right. So that was the Jaguars in Haiti yesterday. We do wish them a safe return as well.
Definitely. But it's a fun Friday, Marlene. It is a fun Friday, Belize, and we've got some segments lined up for you. You're going to love them. The first one, we'll be talking about entrepreneur of newly started business. That's what we've got lined up for you. We like to focus there because we know for a fact that it is very important. There are a lot of people stepping out now, stepping out on the limb to try to get something new for them and their families. And the only way they can make it is if we continue to support them. So that's going to be the first segment.
All right, the second part of our show, it's a COVID-19 update for today. And we've been talking a lot about the pandemic 1 year in. We're not out of it yet. We're just saying since March 23rd of last year, we have been adapting to the realities of living in a pandemic. And one of the areas we know that's been severely affected is the entertainment industry. You just can't, the way COVID spreads, we just cannot be in nightclubs and bars and hanging out and having big parties. And so what does that mean for those who thrived on that particular business?
Yeah.
We're going to find out more from them in the second part of the show.
What a conversation it's going to be. And we'll be wrapping things up this morning with a conversation, Snacks Delight. We love snacks. A combination of smoked meats and breakfast options. We'll be talking all about that when we come back for this morning. That's going to be our third segment. But we need to take a break. Just before we do, Marlene, one of the things that we focused on this morning in terms of the eye-opener is sometimes that feel when it comes to you meeting somebody new. There is a coworker of mine. There is a smooth feel from that coworker, Kyle Castillo. His birthday was yesterday, Mar. Now, you know Booby from Dangriga? For her son, man, yeah.
Good
Kyle
people.
Castillo,
Yeah.
happy birthday to you, my brother. We love you so very much as your SKZ team. Here's to wishing you all the very best and wishing you many more happy birthdays.
All right.
We're about to take that break. When we come back, we'll be jumping right into our conversation. Stay tuned. Fun Friday is coming up in just a few.
Hello. Okay, sure, I'll be there. Hello?
Hi, Mommy. When are you coming home? I really miss you.
Hearing the voice of our loved ones can always lift our spirits and make us feel whole again. With Smart's twice as nice promotion, prepaid customers who make 5 minutes worth of national calls on Sundays can enjoy 50% off. Top double on all national calls for the rest of the day. Call your loved ones and enjoy half off all day long. Smart, bringing people together.
In these challenging times, the one thing that is certain is that the Belize Bank Limited is here for you. There is nothing more important than your health and safety, and we continue to make every effort to make banking safer for you. Our staff is working around the clock to make sure you can do your banking conveniently 24/7 using our mobile banking app and online banking and keeping ATMs up and running. We value your relationship with us and are here to provide the support you need. First responders are also out there 24/7. Thank you, healthcare workers, security forces, firefighters, caregivers. You are all appreciated. Stay safe. We will get through this together. The Belize Bank, our country, your bank.
The virus that causes COVID-19 may be spreading in our community. People might have the disease even if they have no symptoms at all, even when they look healthy. Because the virus needs us to spread from one person to another, we can stop it from infecting others if we practice physical distancing. That means stay at least 6 feet away from other persons. Don't shake hands or exchange hugs. Do not gather in groups, Stay home if government officials tell you to do so. Use social media or telephone to communicate. Avoid crowded and enclosed spaces. Work from home if you can. Stay home if you are sick, except to get medical care. Avoid close contact with sick people. Don't visit anyone who's sick in quarantine or in isolation. Give them a call instead. Help keep Belize safe.
Welcome back to Open Your Eyes. We're moving now into our first segment. It is a fun Friday, and we're going to start the fun with a thing called Penny Salsa. Now, what is it? Entrepreneur of newly started business, We'll be talking now to Anir Coolman. My goodness, Arul May and all.
Yeah, I think everyone thought that.
Yeah. Anir, good morning, buddy. How are you?
Good morning, I'm good, and you guys?
We are doing good. Entrepreneur, Penny Salsa, Anir. We want to hear all about this. Where are you from, first and foremost?
Yes, I'm from Punta Gorda Tong. I am 18 years old, but I am currently going to the University of Belize online. I'm studying applied agriculture.
Wow, that's so cool.
Good for you.
That's so cool. So how did the business get started? What happened?
Okay, so while I was at home during this Christmas break and January was coming, 2021, I decided to apply for the youth apprenticeship program with the Department of Youth Services. So I got accepted. Therefore, I was sent to work at Nalido Belize Limited. And at Nalido Belize Limited, the co-founder and CEO, Miss Yumida Switlow, and her daughter and her team decided to come up with the salsa idea. So I just made my own ingredients with some enhancement from Miss Yumida, and I created my own salsa for the market. And on our first batch, we made 24 bottles, and in the first day we sold out. So we know it would have been something big, you know?
Yeah.
So, yeah, that's how I started. It's a big thank you to Miss Yumida Switlow.
Yeah.
She gave me the idea to make a salsa, so.
Well, I mean, I want to step back there. So you joined the apprenticeship program because you're trying to figure out, what to do to make some money. You're going to school, but clearly you had the time. What made you think salsa?
What made me think salsa?
Yeah.
Was when Miss Mida came to me and she said, "You should make a salsa. It would sell, and it has nopales in it, and nopales is something healthy and makes the salsa unique. Because not
what is nopales?
Yeah, what is that?
Nopales is the cactus from known as canjanil in Belize. You know this canjanil cactus?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Yes, that's canjanil, and it's very healthy. So that's one of the secret ingredients in our penne salsa. It makes it so delicious, and I can't wait for you guys to try it. I will send a few bottles up there for you guys.
Now, you went to Nalido, and we had the pleasure of having them on the show when they were talking about their own turmeric sauce paste that they're making, and they've really done so well. They've won awards. You go into this plant and you start to see this production. What's your impression then?
My first impression that caught my eyes was the young people in there, to be honest, because she works with a lot of young people, and the way how they work, they work along with each other. They get things done. They get a lot of things done in one day, and it was very amazing to me. I was like, wow, because I know in factories, from my perspective, if I go into a factory, I'm thinking, okay, I'm gonna see a lot of how I'm gonna say this
like
people in their 20s and their 30s that has a bachelor's degree in this, in science, or that sort of thing. But no, it was all young people, and I found that amazing. And she works very well with them. So,
yeah. And in that time, you started to see what goes into a production.
I learned about food safety and food production. Yeah.
And then the idea of the salsa comes up. Now, you're an agriculture student, so you know some things about the natural foods that we do have. But how do you decide on what ingredients you wanted to work with, and what would make a nears or sauce, which you call penne sauce, salsa, sorry, what would make yours so special? Tell us about that process.
What will make mine so special is because at home, my uncles and aunts love to make salsas when you have a little get together.
Yeah.
So I always watch them make their salsa, and I just combine things I know Belizeans would like.
Yeah.
I added as another secret ingredient, barbecue sauce.
Wow.
And it made it had a smoky flavor. And most of the salsas on the market does not have that smoky flavor that Belizeans like.
Yeah.
It's kind of sour. It's just bland.
Yeah.
So the sauce gave it a unique flavor.
Oh.
So
wait. So one
that stays in your mouth.
Easy.
One thing, we'll stop saying any more secret ingredients, right? We'll keep those a secret, because somebody will try to do a Belize sauce somewhere.
Yeah.
But in putting together your ingredients and deciding what works, what wouldn't work, that process of knowing that you've come to the point where you've made something special. How many tries did you have with your salsas, and who were you testing it with?
I tested with my boss, Mr. Mida Sudlow, the most. We did about 4 trials.
Yeah.
While we're making the salsa, I'll be like, okay, let's try this. Or that doesn't work. Let's try another thing,
Yeah.
Until we came up finally with this perfect penne salsa, And all our ingredients are organic as well, so that makes us totally different from the others.
Exactly where I want to go. You as an agriculture student, where do you get your ingredients? Where do you get your the stuff that you need to put in there?
It's local. It's from the local farmers in Punta Gorda, and I buy from them.
Cool. So how long has your product been on the market?
My product has been in the market for about 2 to 3 weeks.
Okay. And the reception has been great?
It has been great. I'm sold out, and I have some more orders, so I can't wait to get back in the kitchen.
Oh,
so right now you could only find penne salsa in Penne?
Yes, for right now you can only find in Punta Gorda, but I do deliver some BPMS and Tropic Air.
Cool. That is funny.
Now, is it a hot sauce? Is it a salsa that has some heat?
No, it's a salsa that is mild, but it can be used with corn chips, with chicken. When you're doing your stewed chicken and the stewed chicken is cooking on the pot, you can throw some inside. You can put it on your nachos. It's good for tacos. It's also good for pasta. All of that is good for.
Well,
it's not burn. It's just a mild burnness.
Well, I'll tell you what, I see heads shaking inside the studio right now, so playing the salsa to kick up dust. But tell me this, bro. With respect to entrepreneurship, what is your thought? And did you ever feel, you know what, I hope this is not something that, that's going to fail eventually. How do you keep yourself afloat?
Yes. When I first started, I did have some doubts. I was like, what if I invest so much money in this and it doesn't work, or it doesn't taste good or people doesn't like it? Well, my mom is the one that motivates me every day. When I get up, son, just keep pushing, believe in yourself,
Yeah.
And he said that everything takes time, If one thing doesn't work today, another door is going to open, She said, pray, son, and just do what you gotta do.
Yeah.
How will you know if something's gonna work if you don't try it? So I just went ahead, I have to thank my mom for that. She has been here for me, She's my best friend.
Aww. What's mom's name? We gotta pick her up.
My mom is Cherry Coleman from Punta Gorda Tong.
I know Miss Cherry.
We know Cherry.
Yeah,
That's
John
so cool.
John grew up in PG. I lived in PG for a while, so I don't know everybody like John.
I know the entire crew. I know June, I know Cherry, I know the crew. That's so cool.
Oh,
Wow.
yes, good people. But, I want to bring it back. So you're in school. Did you expect that you'd be starting your own business? You're pursuing your education. Is this a part-time thing, or is this where you see yourself moving?
When I found this job, I didn't expect me to venture into the salsa business.
Yeah.
So for now, it's going to be a small business. I'm not going to do anything large for now because I want to try and finish school, but I will be in production still.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's so cool. That's so cool. So what is your hope for the future? What are you hoping?
Okay. For the future, after I finish school, I'm planning to expand my business, probably get my own building, and trying to sell to the Chinese stores, to the restaurants, and hotels and resorts and stuff like that, and just get my business up there. Because I do want to continue this business and I do want to make it more successful,
Yeah. Wow.
And what do you charge for your salsa?
My salsa is $10 a bottle.
Okay.
Okay, very affordable. How'd you come up with your price? Did Miss Omida help you with that?
Miss Omida also helped me with my financials and how to come up with my price. We just tallied the ingredients, the bottle, the labels, the time you take to make the salsa, and all of that.
Okay.
Wow.
Okay. And I have to ask you. So you get it? You've had it in some stores in PG, or you've just been selling by yourself?
Oh, I've been selling by myself. I have a Facebook page as well, an Instagram page that people can contact me at Penny Salsa.
Mm-hmm.
And so when people buy your product, do you check back with them, see what they like, what they did with it?
I do, and they are the ones actually that come and tell me, oh, you can eat it with this, you can eat it with this, and I start telling people, okay, you can eat it with pasta, you can eat it with chicken. I had people telling me they can eat it with beans.
What?
So they're experimenting, and I have very, very great feedback.
What's the most surprising combination that you've heard so far?
The surprising one was the beans one.
Yeah. Okay, good. That was me too when you said it.
We're thinking about it as we speak. But, there are a lot of young people out there who'd like to venture off into business. Why would you tell them to try it out?
I would tell them to go for it. I would tell them Don't let anyone tell you that you can't do it. Just continue. People are gonna tell you reach for the stars. I'm gonna tell you reach beyond the stars. That's always my thing. You know, reach beyond the stars.
Wow.
And go for it. You know, nothing is impossible. If one thing doesn't work, try another one. You know, and don't let anyone discourage you. It takes motivation. It takes time. You have to be dedicated and go for it.
Yeah. You sound like your mom indeed, bro. So what's the shelf life for the penne salsa? You open that, you put that in the fridge. What's the shelf life?
Okay, if it's not open, it can stay on the shelf for 1 year.
Oh, wow.
If it's open, it needs to be refrigerated.
Okay.
Okay,
Oh.
okay.
Wow.
So how would you describe what penne salsa tastes like?
It's hard to describe. Let me see. It's like a smoky salsa flavor. So it's very smoky. It's very how I'm gonna explain this. It's very
sweet, tasty, what?
rich, unique. It has this not crunchy, but just it's just how I'm gonna explain this. It's hard to explain because it's very unique. It's a taste that you have never tasted before. So it just makes your mouth all smoky and tasty, and you know, your taste buds are tingling. So
Okay. And it has health benefits too?
yes, it has health benefits as well. It's the Nepalis. The Nepalis is very, very healthy, and I think that's the one that plays a big role in my salsa. The Nepalis, it's good for diabetes. It's good for pressure. It's good for hangovers.
I hear you. All right. Well, bro, we're amazed at what you've done. And first of all, I like the name because I don't have on penne, so penne salsa is definitely one to reckon with. But here is giving you the opportunity to invite folks to tell us where we can find you, where we can find the salsa.
Okay. If you want to contact me on WhatsApp, because I know people love to use WhatsApp, you can find me on 620-620-9894. 620-9894. Or you can call me at 663-5516. You can also find me on Facebook and Instagram at Penne Salsa, P-E-I-N-I Salsa.
Oh, that's so cool, man. And here, we're proud of you. We're proud of you.
I can't wait to try it.
We're going to try it.
I don't know if I'll try with beans, but I can't wait to try it.
All right, and here.
I just want to say thanks to everyone that helped me out. You know, my family, especially Miss Amida Switlow and her team. Without Miss Amida and her team, I wouldn't be here. They taught me everything I know about food processing and food safety. You know, and thank my customers as well, because you know they're my biggest supporters, and my family, my mom, my friends, my aunts that are watching me, my grandmother, my friends, everybody.
You better tell them all good morning together, right? I'm sure they're watching.
Good morning, everyone.
I'm sure they're watching. I'm sure they're proud of you. It's lovely to hear from a young man who is clearly so driven in being able to continue on your entrepreneurship path. And we are glad to hear your story. So Penne Salsa is available through orders online for $10 a bottle. You will ship it outside of Punta Gorda if people are ordering from other districts. And we do wish you the best of luck.
Thanks very, very much. I appreciate it.
All right, and say hi to your mom for us. Oh, we know you to watch. So, Cherry, good morning. All right. Well, thank you, buddy. Here is wishing you all the very best, all right?
Thanks very much, guys, for having me.
All right.
All right. So here we go. We're about to take a break. That was a great one. We're about to take a break. When we come back, we'll be talking about the entertainment industry 1 year after COVID. Positive alternatives. That's coming up in just a few. Stay with us.
If we are only as strong as our families, businesses, institutions, and the communities that surround us. Then by giving businesses the power to grow, entrepreneurs the ability to expand, and by giving our families the right to own something. The Belize Bank gives you the power to build a nation, our nation. We are stronger together. The Belize Bank, our country, your bank.
Hello Belize. You may not be aware of the new travel requirements set in place by the Center of Disease Control and Prevention. Passengers traveling to the U.S. must present a negative COVID test or a documentation of having recovered from COVID-19 to travel to the U.S. In light of this, Maya, in partnership with Caring Hands Clinic, have established testing centers in all their municipal airports. Caring Hands Antigen Test Center is operational in San Pedro, Belize City, Dangriga, Placencia, and Hopkins. These testing facilities are staffed by licensed healthcare professionals, including doctors, registered nurses, and nurse practitioners. Testing is done using Abbott rapid test devices that are FDA approved and made in the USA. The service is safe, fast, affordable, and the close proximity of the centers makes them convenient. Walk-ins are welcomed, but appointments are encouraged. If you would like to make an appointment, please feel free to do so at
Make your appointment, get tested, and in 15 minutes, you can get back to your vacation.
As one of the largest cable and internet providers in Belize, CBC strives to provide our customers with the highest standards of quality, value, and service in all aspects of cable TV and internet. Monitoring our systems closely, our technicians combine creative planning and state-of-the-art technology with years of experience and training to develop and provide the most reliable and advanced cable and internet service to exceed your expectations. For CBC and our team of talented engineers, technicians, and customer service representatives, delivering less than the very best is never an option.
Wow. Oh my God, she drunk. No hurry, I got this. Goodness. Oh my gosh, it's the artist.
Being the hardest. The artist. But you had way more than 2 drinks tonight, love, which is a legal limit to drive. What about you? Can you drive?
Well, I was drinking soft drink all night, so I can drive her home. Thanks, Bree. Of course, you say, you know I got you. You're my girl.
That's what I like to see. Friends don't let friends drive drunk, because you can't replay in a real life. Stig says so. Can't replay in a real life.
So class, let's review your homework. What are some of the things that we can do to make sure everyone has a clean and reliable supply of water?
Sir, we should turn off the faucet when using soap to bathe, to wash our hands, and maybe even our cars. This will cut our water bills and save us a lot of water.
My dad says we should keep the area around the water pipes close to our houses clean. Yes, sir. We should encourage our parents to pay their water bills so the entire village will always have clean water.
Right, class. We should not forget to attend water board meetings and add our 2 cents. Make sure everyone has reliable, clean water.
My mom says that 3 young people can volunteer to paint the public water pipe.
So, how do we make sure we will always have reliable, clean water?
Join the Clean Water Revolution.
Get involved today and do your part to keep your water supply clean and reliable.
The Department of Rural Development is working on achieving Goal 6 of the Sustainable Development Goals, which is to ensure access to water and sanitation for all.
And welcome back to Open Your Eyes. It's a fun Friday and we're about to jump into segment number 2. Of course, this is of our COVID-19 now, courtesy Full Tech Systems. This one is about actually entertainment, the entertainment industry 1 year in COVID. Now in with us, we've got Deborah Spain, or DJ Debbie. We have Chris Rosado, my buddy. We've got Ash. We've got I don't want to call her Vincent.
Asiatic.
But Asiatic, recording artist, one of Belize's most hottest. Guys, good morning and welcome.
Good morning.
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 Man, it's so nice to see all of you. I can tell you that much. It's so great to see you.
And I'm pretty sure y'all didn't have a late night last night, right?
Yeah, so everybody fresh.
I know.
My baby kind of keep me up, but
yeah. Okay, all right. I did, but I say you take bad thing, make joke, but
Yeah.
It's been a real, I mean, we've talked about COVID from all angles, and this is one that we don't get to talk about enough. What's been the impact of COVID-19 on the entertainment industry? Let's start off by hearing from you, Debbie, just what the past year has been like.
Well, it's been a bit rough on our part due to the fact, like for me right now, I am a wedding DJ here in San Pedro International. Like for many people coming in from the States having their weddings, I've been doing a lot for a lot of different businesses here or hotels, which for last year I would have had like 22 already booked.
Wow.
And all 22 had canceled and about 5 postponed.
Okay.
I also have my own ladies' night, which was every Wednesday, as these guys may know.
Yeah.
And that would be carrying over 200 people every Wednesday. So, and apart from that, I would work with the San Pedro Town Council, the Costa Maya, the Lobster Fest. I do the booking of all artists and DJs and bring them to San Pedro for those big events.
Wow.
And apart from that little small one, but it all gone down.
Yeah.
And it was something that we never saw. We were just looking ahead and see the good we were going to bring for 2019. So we never saw that coming.
Wow.
Wow. All right. You know what, I'm tempted to ask you, you know, in terms of what it has brought, what COVID has brought you to understand when it comes to the business, but we'll get to that question thereafter. Let's move over to Ash. Ash, you know,
what's been the
yeah,
impact?
what's been like the, what your year has been like, especially during this COVID? Things just crash.
Well, it's been rough. I mean, times like this right now, we had to prepare for, you know, go to Placencia. You know, January always been a year as the.
Yeah.
So, it's been really rough, man. It's been really rough. Not only that affecting the DJs and artists, but it also affect like graphic designers and everybody who make up the industry feel it, you know. It's been really rough for everybody. So everybody had to try get creative in some kind of way and make things happen.
Ash, break that down for me, because I did not think about that. The other people who were impacted beyond just DJs or entertainers.
Well, of course, DJs affect the people who sell food on the streets, the vendors that will make money at the clubs. the bartenders, the waiters. You could just think
Your
about
graphic
everybody.
designers.
Of course,
Yeah.
graphic designers. We definitely feel it. I mean, you know, a kind of way, you still make a money because then everybody have to turn their stuff online. So they still come to you for make flyers for promote their business. But the clubs and the thing that will make the most money from, you know, they always have parties every week and things like that. So it really affect the graphic designers them as well.
But Ash, the online thing started a while afterwards because people had to get used to dealing with that. What was that like for you?
With me personally, I already had an online show.
Oh.
Like, I don't know, maybe God may give me a sign why things are going online after this. So get into that whole streaming thing. So I kind of started before the whole COVID thing. But with the COVID, you kind of have to get more creative because now you got competition whereby everybody they do the virtual thing now. So you have to step up your game and be creative in a different kind of ways. And with me, I like promote talent, so I just kind of stick in at the avenue and just kind of do different things for the artists, the DJs, singers, everybody. I just try, you know, bring it different.
Yeah. Chris, let's get to you. What has the year been like?
It's been rough. As you guys know, I got the lick on both sides because we do have our club as well now.
That's right.
So Thursdays was down for a bit. Luckily, we could have converted to a full restaurant. So that kind of helped. With the DJ thing, it definitely messed me up. Just like Debbie, I do destination weddings. And I had about 20 odd gigs that most of them canceled. Most of them are coming back, and I'm grateful for that. But yeah, it was horrible. And then moving into the streaming thing kind of helped me because I started landing virtual gigs. So that kind of kept me afloat for the time being.
Take me back to 2020 though. It's March, and people started canceling, especially for destination weddings. You guys started seeing the cancellations and the calls for concerns and refunds from as early as February. And you start to realize that this is going to devastate all that you've invested in, you know, your nightclub as well as your DJing. What was that time like?
One of the scariest experiences of my life. Because at that point, this is all I do.
Yeah.
So, and at that point, my wife and I just had a baby. So it was scary, to say the least.
Yeah.
Wow. So, you know, we heard from what the life of a DJ and somebody who work in the nightclub business is like. But let's move on now to Asiatic. Recording artist, you've been above, beyond. Asiatic, jump on in. What has things been like for you?
Good morning. Well, again, it's like everybody's saying. I came out here in Belize right before the COVID thing hit, and I had all these ideas as well. I was planning. I had just started promoting the Pride on the Beach concert. We were about to go, you know, straight promotion heavy, and that's when I got calls that the country was going to get locked down. Mm-hmm. And I mean, around that time, I had all these creative ideas, you know, but I was just so eager to get back to work. I was eager to get back on stage because, of course, that's where the majority of money's come in as far as artists, you know. I mean, of course, we have our sales, record sales, but concerts is normally where it's at when it comes to the artists.
Yeah.
And so I had all these ideas, you know. We had I had shows set up in July when this country kind of opened back up a little bit. I had one show here out here in Hopkins, because I'm in Hopkins at the moment. And then, of course, like I think about a week or two later, they closed everything back down. So that really affected everything. I mean, all the ideas I had for the year, it just crashed. Yeah. So that definitely had an impact on my business as far as entertainment.
Yeah. Let's talk about how you all made this shift, because I think it's interesting. What I saw, DJs jumped online to start streaming their own sets. And it had nothing to do, well, from the outside, it didn't look like it was anything to make money from. It was just that you guys wanted to be able to continue entertaining. Tell me when that idea popped up and when you realized that this may have been your ticket to survival.
Oh, man, definitely. Well, see, what happened was, too, is that my partner and I, we're always bouncing ideas off each other. And he and I was walking and just kind of hanging out one time, and we started talking about what we can do, especially in this time and age, being that COVID just kind of like disrupts so much. So we started talking about ideas of doing a mobile bar. At the same time, she was doing her dissertation, so she was busy, but she was also trying to come up with ideas, and she had this idea for cafe/eatery. That's where Lush Life how Lush Life came about. But we also had was working on a mobile bar called Lush Libation, which is basically we're going to be bringing the party everywhere. It's a mobile bar, so we can go anywhere in the country, and we can just pop up and do any kind of shows, and whether it's weddings or anything, people can hire us and we can just show up with the bar. But that was the idea we had, and again, with bars being closed, we really couldn't do much with the mobile bar at the moment. So Lush Life came, she was working on that, and I came in, and she at some point formally asked me to be a partner in the project. And so we were just basically every day working, like building Lush Life from the ground up.
Yeah.
And so now we have this, really beautiful space. People come in and enjoy a nice, lush environment, delicious food, drinks. Yeah. So no, Lush Life is really just what's happening right now. I mean, it's really the talk of the whole country at the moment.
And Debbie and Chris, talk to us about moving online with the DJing.
Well, for me, I would say I was stuck in Belize in the beginning of COVID. Because I had come to Belize City, didn't think that they were going to lock down San Pedro first. So I went to Belize City with just a small bag. But my controller and my laptop go with me everywhere. I don't know why, but that's what I do.
Yeah.
So at the moment I started to say, well, let me start doing this. Let me see. I just put on my Facebook and I would just play anything that I would have. I see people start liking it, sharing it, commenting. It seems fun to me. It just makes you look a little bit crazy because you're in a room by yourself and you're actually seeing the people in front of you, and then I'm a live DJ, so I'm dancing. I'm like, everybody go, I want to come to that party. Where is it?
And as DJs, you feed off energy too, right?
Right. So it's where I started, and then DJ Dallas started having shows. And I went on it, and again, like I said, you're making these videos, you're trying to believe you have a whole 200-300 people in front of you. You imagine you're seeing things that, I mean, maybe people might think at the moment, those DJs get crazy before they
So you play a song and you said to yourself, yeah, people hype right now.
Yes. I said, put your hand in, all right, everybody's free. And I lower the music, make you feel like, you know what? Let's make good out of a bad situation.
Oh, wow.
And that's how I kept on going and going. But, as you keep on going, another DJ comes on, then there's obstacle again, because then first I used to see just a few. Then I guess everybody decide, man, you got to, and you also have to keep it up because new music comes out. A year of new music is out, and we probably don't even have half of it.
Wow. Yeah. And for Chris, this became what? Fun that turned into an actual business idea?
Yes, it did actually. I started it just for kicks, honestly. I have a friend who's a DJ, she's in the States, and she's like, why don't you try it? And she kind of guided me through the entire setup of it, and then I started doing research, YouTube University. And I got people that were interested in actually paying me to do private events for them virtually. And along the way, I started realizing that right at home, I had a lot of resources available to do streaming, but professionally. And I kind of have started my own little small business providing professional live stream services.
Oh, that's cool.
So talk us through how you DJ a virtual party.
Yeah.
Most of it was on Zoom. So what they would do, I would set up just like this, have everything audio, video connected, and they would just invite their friends and family to come on, and they would party right on Zoom. You would have people dancing. It's fun because you have, 50 odd people and all the little squares, and you just see people dancing and stuff like that. And it's given me opportunity to meet people all over the world. My first virtual gig was actually for a Belizean living in the UK, and she had people from all over the world. I think Colombia, Switzerland, the US, Belize, of course, in one party. So it was like a worldwide affair virtually.
Oh my
Chris, that's cool.
Yeah.
Very cool. Very cool. And I actually landed live gigs out of it. I have 2 people that want to fly me out for their birthday ending of the year, so hopefully that.
Yeah. Well, the airports are open, so it's whether they'll let you into wherever you need to go. So, but shifting it for a moment from the DJing to the nightclub scene, tell us a bit about that, because we've seen, some of the nightclubs completely shutter. I don't know what it's like in San Pedro, Debbie. I haven't been in a while, but they also had very active clubs as well. What happened with your nightclub?
Well, I had open one called the Pedro's Inferno, which was not quite new.
Yeah.
And a couple of my DJ friends had opened some smaller one as well. So for us, taking a lick, which is still on, but it cannot open, one of them had closed completely down already.
Yeah.
And went back doing what he was doing prior to that, because they were renting. On my part, we weren't renting. We had this building that I was already doing ladies' night on a Wednesday, and before it was small, so I let's open up the whole place. So we weren't paying that rent, but it's still at the moment closed down, which I have now opened a restaurant and poolside outside that club.
Okay.
So of the moment, just a month now.
Okay.
And how have that been going for you?
Well, it's just open. It's been a month. It's going well of how I want it to go, because it's a family thing now. It's for family with kids, swimming pool, pizza, wings, ceviche, and I changed the name of it to Sea Gems, but it's still at Pedro's. I have bingos, movies for kids, and I just venturing that at the moment for myself. And I also do gospel music. It's my new venture.
Cool.
All right. Well, because the churches, they can have some people now, but many are still virtual as well. Let me bring it back to Chris a moment too with the same thing. So, Thursdays always had a restaurant, so it was kind of like going back to what you also did. I mean,
Definitely. COVID set us back about 9 years.
Yeah, I used to go there all the time for jerk fish.
Exactly. Thursdays has transformed back into a restaurant and bar. We have kind of a lounge feel to it because, of course, you can serve drinks with the food.
Yeah.
But yeah, we are back to the original thing. I don't see them opening back the club part of it anytime soon because of the same COVID situation. Hopefully we do open soon. But it's definitely put us back to the point where we're just doing food, drinks. We don't have music, live music as yet, but we intend to. So you guys can look out for stuff like that happening with Thursdays. We have started to do promotions with different brands and stuff like that too. So it seems normal to a certain extent, but we don't have dancing, of course.
So for both you and Debbie, tell us a bit. What are the customers like? Do they come in overcautious? Do they, are they looking at your safety? Are they checking your sanitization protocols? Because everybody has a different experience. Tell me what you're finding.
We have a mix of the two. You have people that are overly cautious and they kind of remind you about everything, and then we do face the one or two people that just kind of don't care, and you have to keep reminding them. When you're walking around, if you're not eating or drinking, you have to put on back your mask.
Yeah.
You have to make sure that you sanitize before you come in. So we take it upon ourselves to make sure that they know that this is what has to happen.
Yeah.
And we use the simple tactic of telling them, look, we want open back, we want party too. So please, do what you need for this so that we can stop the spread and we can open back to what Thursdays was.
Yeah. But guys, some folks might say as well that there was actually a blessing in disguise with this COVID-19, and I'm talking from the educational aspect of things, of what you've learned and how have you pushed yourself to another level. And I'll start with Asiatic. What have you learned from this COVID-19 pandemic, and how have you pushed yourself to that level to say, I can make it from anywhere?
Well, one thing I have learned is that, you really can't take anything for granted. Before this pandemic happened, we never really thought that something like this would ever come and just disrupt everybody's life like this. However, being that it's here, again, it allowed us to be more creative in all aspects of life. Whether it's in business, whether it's in, just our everyday interactions with, through the world, but right now it's gotten even more creative now, because again, I'm in a studio. I'm working on a whole album as well as a single that I will be releasing really soon. So I'm, just being confined for so long, you have to get creative. You have to do something different, because you have to survive. We can't. This is going to be the new normal.
Yeah.
So it's either you adapt, or you're just gonna, you have to do something. We have to live, right?
Yeah. That's true.
That's definitely the takeaway that I got from this and from all of this. Again, Lush Life and Lush Libations was started because of it. It's one of the reasons why it kind of really manifested to what it is today.
Yeah.
All right. And for Ash, let's get to Ash. We know what you've got. The family now, and all this happened during COVID. But let's talk about it. And then again, you've got your own talk show.
And your wife's an entertainer.
Yeah.
She's mentioned too how not being able to perform. It was good timing because she had the baby, but now she could have been performing. Tell us a bit about that.
Like I said, COVID just affect all type of women. Well, with the baby, kind of hard. Like I said, we couldn't make care of we family and things, especially, my family, because they live all the way down south, and at that time, things were strict, so my family never get to see the baby till 6 months after. So that made really rough. But with the whole COVID thing, man, it teach me a lot that you can't put all the eggs in one basket.
It's true.
Especially if you're a DJ, you have to get something on the side other than being a DJ, because this is something unexpected, but at the same time you have to be creative in other ways and try to think about other things that you could do to add to your resume other than just being a DJ, because you never know what happened. Nobody could have predicted this, but at the same time you have to get something else that you could do. Yeah.
So let's talk about some of the lessons that you all have learned over the course of COVID. That's one there, Ash, being able to have an alternative that you can rely on. What else? Anybody else?
Save money.
Save money.
Well, prior to all this, I was a barber, professionally barber. So, yes, so during COVID, I was cutting hair. As you can see, my hair is also colored. Some people want
I trim them.
You can color Ash.
It was one of my first business here in San Pedro. I had a barber shop for pretty much 10 years.
Wow.
I have taught a lot of young barber, which is older now, and they can say I had them in my shop teaching them, and they're the barbers now. So, and that even when I was in the city, I was doing this. Oh, I forgot you cut here. Come up, you know. It was a family thing for COVID for me, and everybody said, "Why don't you just build back one and have it?"
Yeah.
But at the moment, I want to probably teach younger kids to do that. That's a profession you can take anywhere.
Yeah, that's
Anywhere you go, you can take that and make something of it. I have it in me. It's not going anywhere, but I'm wanting to help other smaller kids. It was a dream of mine way back when. To just open a school for younger kids to learn to cut hair. Like Ashes, you can't live just on DJ, but being a barber, it don't take much for you to take around.
Chris, jump in. Let's hear from you.
You know, honestly, just happened at the worst time for me because we had just closed the San Ignacio branch that was not working out. My dad took over back the city, and so I was kind of on my own. But with the contract that I have with the wedding coordinators, I was going to be good. We do also have our graphic design and printing company, and I was going to help my wife with that as a day job, and then do weddings and stuff like that. Everything was set. I had just invested a bunch of money into DJ equipment, and everything got shut down. So I don't think that there was a lesson for me. I think it was just like the worst time for it to happen to me, because I already kind of had my eggs laid out, and I was following a path, you know, where I was comfortable, and then when this happened, it just kind of derailed everything. But I am grateful to have spent so much time with my baby, because we got locked down maybe a month after she was born. So I got that time to spend with her and the wife. And then I did get to learn the live streaming thing. I got into a bit of videography as well. Maybe I could get a lead job at Channel 5. So I'm pursuing that. I think it's something that I've always been interested in, but you know, my passion was always music. So now I'm taking the time out to do that, you know, and I kind of plan to incorporate both of it by providing services for musicians, sort of like what you're seeing on screen right now. I did this live stream for Boss Lady. It was recorded, edited, and streamed by me, by myself.
At Thirsties too, I can
At Thirsties too, of course, you know, because you have to push.
You just get everything in there all out.
Marketing, of course.
But a big one to come up.
Yeah.
And I have a very big one coming up, yes, with Ash.
That's cool.
And I appreciate your honesty, Chris, because sometimes people just see the transition into something new and they think, oh, well, you know, it must have been a natural move, but it was hard.
It was very hard.
Yeah.
Very hard. It's still hard. It's still difficult, because it's like I'm starting all over. I had so much invested in music, and now to have to invest into video. I mean, I know you guys know that that's not easy.
Yeah. And even, I mean, at the point that you were at, and I think of all the independent people who work along, Debbie pointed it out, you pointed it out, all the independent people who work along with the tourism industry. We didn't think of the event planning that goes along with it. Destination weddings were big, and you guys were really taking off.
Definitely. I work with Signature Belize, and we were set for a while. We had weddings actually booked into this year from 2019. So everything was going well. I had my calendar full almost, and majority of that was cancelled. Luckily, most of them are coming back now. I must say, you know, it's not all bad now.
Yeah. Well, you're getting me there, because I was going to ask, we spoke with the tourism industry, representatives of the tourism sector, and they said they're seeing people coming. They're seeing people, you know, having that interest, seeing the safety in Belize. And are you guys feeling the same thing, at least for you who work within the tourism sector?
Yeah, for sure. I've done 2 weddings already. I have actually gotten a gig to play at the social lounge every week. So and you know they cater to everybody as well. So and as soon as this starts doing music and stuff like that, I'm pretty sure I'll be doing stuff there too. So things seem to be a little bit more normal.
Yeah.
They get there. They get there.
For you, Ash?
They get there. Well, since I'll be honest with you, since we got lockdown the first time, I kind of named download our music. I got straight into hosting and doing other different things like commercials, and you know I try to link up with some business, get some sponsors, and I just end up doing a whole other thing and kind of put the music to a least side. Just the other day I get a call for do for a couple hours per radio every day, but I kind of try scramble for figure out the music back where hot now and things like that, because all the while I know to worry about it because I do so much other different things. Like like I said, I don't play. When it comes to hustling, I hustle hard.
Yeah.
I do what I have to do. I reach out to some business, do commercial, radio ads. I got my own flyer company. Well, I don't want to show nothing about Chris White can do flyers too, but
no man, throw a plug.
You know, you can check flyer by Ash if you need, you know, anything graphics. So I just kind of
diversify.
Yeah, you know, I always try like do as much thing as I could, because like I say, you can't put all the eggs in one basket. You have to figure out other things to do.
Yeah.
I have more than one hustle all the time.
Yeah. Always.
Yeah.
And yes, I could tell you, because he always calling me for business.
I mean, and that's what I'm saying. So is it, you know, you now have your own entertainment spot, you know, you're outdoors, because that's what we need right now.
Yeah. But I'll tell you this, I'm ready to get back on stage. I'm ready to get back. I mean, that's what, as far as artists and as far as musicians, that's what we love, is actually being in front of the people, you know? Yeah. We want to have that interaction with the fans, and that's what I'm ready for that. I mean, I don't know about anybody else, but
no, I agree 100%. I agree. It's been a blessing to actually be playing for people now. Like I said, I'm at the lounge every week.
Like
so
real people,
it's the best
you
feeling.
mean?
Yeah, like actual people.
Not boxes and squares.
Exactly.
And Debbie?
Well, I've done about 4 weddings in the last month. It's not huge anymore. I did a 12-person wedding. So they're coming, but with very smaller group. It's a bit difficult playing for 12 people more than playing for 50 people. And then I was at Ramon's Village. I played only for the ceremony, and then they rented just a speaker for their dinner, because it's only 6 people. Most of them are coming, but it's very small in amount of bodies they bring. I guess due to the fact they got to go back with a test, coming with a test.
Yeah.
It got a little bit expensive on their part. So they were only bringing family, but they still want that feel of wedding. Yeah. So the ceremony is the biggest part of your wedding, actually. It's the biggest memory you're taking back with you here. So that's the one I would be doing. From time it's 2 songs, just 2 songs. But they want the whole feel of it, so you got to set up everything, and
oh my gosh,
they love it. I did like 4 already for this month, so it's not all bad. I'm not gonna.
What do you miss the most?
That. So,
what do you miss the most about the entertainment industry?
Well, for me, it's the people. I am very social people, and I miss all my DJs. The guys from the city, they come out. I mean, I talk to Ash a lot. Like, if something goes wrong for me, believe me, these guys are here for me. If I can't fix something, Chris is there. What do you do? What? Yeah. I mean, I'm on my own as a DJ, as I do my live. Everything that I do, it's on my own. I don't really have a side person, neither do they. But I've seen they're more experienced in that field, so I would call up, or I needed this, or how do I get this going, or how do I hook up with this person? And to be real with you, all our DJs in Belize are very supportive. Yeah. If you don't have something, they help you, they tell you where to get it. And that's something, you know, that we have all together, no matter what.
I love to hear that.
But, you know, Chris, what Debbie is saying is, is something that it makes me feel wholesome, and I'll tell you why. Because what happens there is a build-up of camaraderie. Do you feel that as well?
Definitely. I always like to be that go-to person for when anybody needs tech advice when it comes to DJing or anything like that. Especially with the streaming. I mean, if I had charged people to help them set up their stream, I would probably not be in the financial position I am right now. But no, it's definitely brought a lot of us closer together. And it kind of weeded out who is not serious about it too, which was a blessing to the industry because it was a very saturated, it still is a very saturated industry, but I really do believe that COVID kind of weeded out all the little ones that just kind of, did it for show and not the passion of it.
I would chip in for you there because someone kind of had to sell the things like when they go broke, they sell the equipment.
Understood.
For some people, they get really rough, man, and they had to do what they have to do, understand?
Yeah. I mean, of course, not everybody was by choice, but
yeah, correct.
It will still help the industry because at the end of the day, it is a business too. So we have to realize that not everything, is always in place and
it is a challenge, I think. Go ahead.
I think it also allowed us to start really having a lot more communication with each other because I know every time I need help, I call DJ Dollar helps me with so much.
Yeah.
Like it's so much things I don't understand sometimes when it comes to these tech things or about anything. I'm like the first person I call is, hey Dollar. I'm always I know he probably be like, man. One time I told him I probably owe you like $1 million right now because.
I do appreciate that because I think, we are, and it's so cliche to say now, but we are in it together and people from different sectors have different experiences and we cannot deny that the entertainment sector, which we don't talk about as much, you've been closed for over a year and there's no real indication as to when these types of mass gatherings will be allowed again. Yeah, that must be scary.
Hopefully soon.
Yeah.
Well, if they open school, they must,
Well, I don't know, because social distancing at a nightclub is certainly
difficult.
Or masks, yeah.
True.
You get one drink in you and you forget.
Vaccine coming in. I mean, I think hopefully that's gonna expedite.
Yeah.
Because I mean, once the vaccine become more available and
that's
a lot of
so
people
true.
get the vaccine, hopefully that should get everything open pretty soon.
That's so true. We
I mean,
do hope.
Follow certain measures, masks wearing, all that stuff, but that should help.
Yeah. So what does year 2 look like? Is it still just diversifying into different avenues for income?
Oh, definitely. I mean, I think that again, if there's one thing that COVID has taught us, like we said, is like we have to have different hustles. We can't just stick to music as well. From day one, even before COVID, I've always believed that you have to have more. You have to have more than one business. I mean, the music business alone will not help.
Yeah.
I'll tell you, any artist right now, anybody, if you think that you're going to be surviving for the rest of your life from music, well, you know what? Then I don't know. I'll tell you right now, it's like that is not going to happen.
Have to hustle.
Yeah.
Have to hustle.
Yeah.
Have to hustle.
And I just want to add that Belizean DJ Championship is coming up. So all the DJs out there, we think they have the skills and talent, and you want to win $1,000, Belize. Things hard right now.
Yeah.
It's money would have come in handy. Sign up with me. Call me 614-4232. Sorry, China. I just to push in at the club.
We'll send you the bill.
Ash, the only thing better than money is more money.
But it is, and an opportunity, I'm sure, for people to, because how much of it is just, when I was asking you what you missed, how much do you just, we do what we do sometimes because we get a personal enjoyment from it. And I know in the entertainment industry, there's a joy that comes from seeing people be happy. I know, Chris, we've talked about this before. When you see people responding to the music and guiding people through a happy time, because that's what we get when we're being entertained.
just the vibe.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's definitely the most rewarding part of it, and I think that has been my drive for the entirety of my career. I would say, it's about the passion. It's about the love of music, the love of entertaining people, and this is how I entertain people.
Yeah. But you know what? And it drives me to ask the question to Debbie, because Debbie mentioned, you know what, playing for 12 people, yeah, that's okay, but you love the 50s, the 100s, the 300s. What differs there? And is it like the feel they get when you play music, or explain that to us?
Well, for me, they have a variety of music. So maybe you would have half dancing to the music that you put on, and another half.
Yeah.
You know, I like to see them dancing, so I'm gonna dance too. But for 12 people, maybe 4 like that song, and you have a couple that I'm gonna sit this one out. Then you left with 4 people, so you kind of have to read them. And in some of our weddings, they do send you a playlist of their choice.
Okay.
Now you have 12 people maybe did not enjoy that music that you have prepared for them. So you have to now read people to make sure that these 12 people enjoy themselves the most.
All right.
And they're there for the same length of hours.
You know, still all and every request one song each.
I was gonna say that, like, put each request in and just loop it. One person dance at a time.
Yeah, but John,
it is.
Yeah, sorry. No, it's all about energy. To have 12 people in front of you as opposed to 100, different energy.
Oh yeah.
You know, some of my best experiences were, like, for instance, at Coco King for their full moon party, we would have in excess of 1,500 people, and to have that in front of you and everybody just vibing and like going off, you know, that's one of the best feelings in the world.
Excellent.
You know, you say 1,500 people in one spot in a pandemic, and I can't even imagine it anymore. I can't even imagine. But we're gonna get there. I mean, we're gonna get
long
through
for those
this.
days, honestly.
Yeah, we're gonna get through this. People are gonna. And Asiatic said it best. You know, we have to vaccinate. Chris said, you know, we got to keep on doing all the protocols. We cut down the cases. We start going back to some of these things that we missed. I didn't realize I missed it so much. Last week we had Karen Rosito in here exercising some little freestyle dance. And,
I saw
you know,
that.
you're just like so into it in 5 seconds because you haven't been around people dancing in so long.
Oh, wow.
But it is.
That's still feel like illegal.
Yeah. Right? Right.
Hey,
but
why are you making that move?
Debbie, let me just get you in here for a second, because it is Women's Month, and we understand that you recently received an award as well. Tell us about that.
Congrats.
Thank you. Yes, I've received Woman of the Year award through our circle, the LGBT committee. Thought that I was the perfect person or the right person. I've done a lot for our community. I've done a lot for San Pedro as well. I had a couple youth program way back when. That was my thing. I was a sport athlete. I'm a little bit old, guys, if you don't know.
Or you're not young.
So, yes, I've done sports program for kids, youth programs for teenagers. I've done a lot of charity work for Cancer Society, the AIDS Society, people having a fundraiser. I would give my time. There's no problem there. So I've done pretty much a lot, and I will keep on doing at my own cost, for sure. And for the DJs and bands, whenever San Pedro kicks up, your phone will ring, because I look out once it's San Pedro and an event, it's for them. I feel like being a DJ, bringing others, you learn more. They see different, and bringing a band, it's a lot of people, but you feel a different vibes of music. So pretty much I work with everyone.
Yeah.
So here in San Pedro, every time, you know, we have the most event. We have Lobster Fest, we have the Costa Maya, we have the 3 days carnival, the painting carnival.
Yeah.
We have a lot going on, so we pretty much we lost a lot of entertainment that probably will come back, but smaller. There's a women expo this evening that I would be DJing here in San Pedro for all women entrepreneur. That will be at the Sacachispa in San Pedro. And I'm also, if I can, Coral Cable Vision, the local TV that has my Gospel Sunday every Sunday morning. I know Ash and these guys watched it and said, Debbie, you the go gospel or I'll be a preacher. But people really loves it, guys. I mean, it's an energy, it's a lot of energy, and they feel they're cooking by the time I'm done. Everybody done cooking.
Yeah, right. So
and gospel music covers all genres now.
That's right.
Yeah.
It does.
Yeah. But a lot of them told me they can't do that. They said 3-4 songs, and I'm thinking what I'm supposed to play now.
Rock my Jim Reeves. But guys, it has been a very
I have one question.
Good morning with you. All right, here we go.
What song would you say best describes the time that we're in?
Well,
tough one.
You mean what kind of music or
what
song?
What you
Any
guys
genre.
are the master of songs, so you know all of them.
Well, in my thing for gospel, I go with one day at a time.
One day at a time. All right.
Easy, I think.
That's a good one. That's a good one.
Well, what would be your song for this time, for the time that we're going through?
Hi. How about maybe You Were Not Alone.
All right, there you
That's a good
go.
one. Come on, Chris.
Don't Stand So Close for Me, Sting and the Police.
And Ash.
Oh, that's a sad movie. Always make me cry.
Always make me
sad times.
You know, we're laughing.
Wow.
We're laughing.
You're sad.
Yeah, we're laughing, but I do appreciate your honesty. It hasn't been easy for many people across the country, and you know, for us to be able to make a joke about it still, it's not that we don't recognize that it's been a tough time for you guys as well. Thank you for letting us know and understand. And
Thank you
we do
for having
hope
us.
Yes, thank you.
We look
Thank you so
forward to the big gatherings when all is safe. And in the meantime, we wish you the best of luck. Continue to stay safe.
Definitely.
Best of
all
luck,
DJs,
guys. Yeah.
sign up, Belizean DJ Championship.
All right.
Sign up.
Thank you guys so very much.
That too bill.
So I'll tell you what we're going to do, guys. We are going to take you back now to the year 2000. It's a flashback Friday that we're about to venture off into. And in the year 2000, we ran a story. And this one is actually about Indigenous women learning to do screen printing, arts and craft. They're in Dangriga. So check this out.
There are no hard statistics, but there is no shortage of unemployed women in Dangriga. One program, however, hopes to change that situation by equipping the women with some necessary skills to help them earn an income.
It's very high. There's a lot of unemployment here for women, and that people make bread. Sometimes you make bread, you know, they don't finish sell all the bread. They make panades, they make Johnny cake. They do sewing. Everyone tries to do a little something, you know, in order that they could help themselves. But as there's a high rate of teenage pregnancies here, a lot of young people and with no skills at all. We have a lot of single mothers. Where are the fathers to assist these women? So these women are eager to learn whatever they can do.
What the women have been doing is a variety of handicraft. Through the assistance of the Belize Indigenous Institute, BT, 8 women have taken the initiative to improve the quality of their lives. But first, they had to work on some self-esteem. David Magania, BT's chairman, says once the women believed that they can make a change, they quickly became comfortable with the program.
So they have been able to pass that, to be able to show themselves that they can do things. It can happen through their own willing of doing. And all what is in here, really it is very important, not only for showing that the workshop or the training skills that was carried on is an exit, but also it is very important that the participation of the people were really something very special in themselves, that they came to be able to show the skills that they have with the encouragement of the person that was giving the training.
2 years ago, BT was established to specifically help Indigenous women make money. The institute, which is made up of the National Garifuna Council, Quechua Council, Toledo Maya Cultural Council, and the Sunantunich Organization, introduced the training program, a first of its kind in the Stan Creek district. Today, the women who are members of the Dangriga Women Cooperative are optimistic.
And we feel that by doing local design, local patterns, and put it on whatever materials we could do, I feel that we'll be able to generate income. We feel that there is a market for cultural design, and whatever we do, we'll be able to sell it so that the women will be able to make some money.
The women say the training could not have come at a better time, as they're looking forward to having products available for the upcoming September and November celebrations.
First, when I first come here, I was invited by Miss Felicia Nunes to come and learn so I could help my family and help myself. I know painting is a good, silk screening is a good thing here in Dangriga. We can make good money out of it, especially for the 19th of November. Or sometime for the 10th of September celebration too.
So you all have already started doing some work for that celebration?
We are going to do it. We're going to start doing it.
Because since we started working, people had dropped by, people had ordered bags, people had said, you know, I have some design home, can we bring it and you put it on a bag for us, we will pay for the bag. So since it's just a pilot project, we are just starting, you know, I think there is going to be a market for because we'll go strictly cultural design.
One art the women have learned to master is screen printing, and they believe the technique can bring cash. The women were trained by Celso Gillian, a member of the Dangriga Garifuna Council who lives in Honduras.
He showed us how to put the silk on the screen, how to stretch it, how to put the paint on it, wash it off, put the design, trace the design, transfer it, and then we use the solar system to have the shadow of the design on the screen. Once that is done, after 45 seconds, we have to wash it off and the design is on the screen.
Presently, the women work out of the Pablo Lambi Center on Commerce Street in Dangriga. If you're interested in any of the local handicraft, you can get in touch with them at the center or call BT at 0722545.
Working off-site doesn't mean you have to be off your game. Studies have shown that simply adding a keyboard and mouse to your laptop increases productivity by 26%. Add a monitor and you'll be 35% more productive. At Fulltech Systems, we have what you need to enhance your remote work or e-learning experience. With devices such as headsets, video conferencing monitors, webcams, keyboards, mice, docking stations, all with the brands you trust. Keep connected with collaboration tools like Microsoft 365 Suite and Kaspersky and perform efficiently no matter where you are. Fulltech Systems, your technology center, where you'll come for the price, but stay for the service.
Over 3 decades ago, a Belizean company with roots in Toledo realized that Belizeans were paying far too much for life-saving oxygen. This concerned them greatly, and they decided to do something about it. Although Fabregas Belize Limited was born decades ago, that founding spirit of service to the Belizean people has not only been retained, but cemented into the fabric of how the company does business. Right before the worldwide pandemic began, Fabregas Belize Limited invested significant resources in improved storage and logistics for our country's life-saving oxygen. At the company's own expense, COVID-19 units in 2 of the 4 regions of the country received state-of-the-art specialized oxygen distribution infrastructure for in-hospital and direct-to-bedside oxygen provision. Today, our nation's premier tertiary referral hospital, the Carl Huchner Memorial Hospital in Belize City, is equipped with an ample, modern and suitable oxygen distribution system for its most pressing needs, even at the height of hospitalization due to the COVID-19. This investment in Belize's preparedness has ensured that throughout 2020 and now in 2021, Belize has backup reserves of approximately 300% more than the national need for life-saving medical oxygen. This important investment in infrastructure and technology is backed by a proud all-Belizean management and staff. Continuous training and adherence to international standards means that Fabregas stands ready to deliver the best products and service to its customers. So regardless of how Fabregas serves our nation, whether it's through providing the gases, technology and products that build Belize, or whether we serve by always ensuring that you, your loved ones and every Belizean home or in a hospital always has access to life-saving oxygen, Fabregas has got your back. And together, we look forward to rebuilding this nation in a post-pandemic world. Fabregas Belize Limited, we got your back.
Currently, we're using Smart Elite Vibe calling plan. We use it interbranch, we use it to call outside, and we also use it to call international. It's far cheaper than what we used to have before. Our equipment, our new PBX box is new. So the PBX is very good because I can call to my Sartaneja branch, I can call to my Kikaka branch, I can call to San Pedro branch, and there's no cost using the PBS. Actually, right now, since we're in different locations, I can call main office from where I am at a no cost using the PBX system. I would recommend it, sure I would, especially the big enterprises who has a lot of employees. There's a lot of reduction in costs, 50% of saving. But that on a year, it's a lot of money that we're saving. Money that we could return to our members, since we give back dividend to our members.
Visit our showroom or call 670-6710 to find out how Smart's corporate plan and PBX systems can benefit your business. Consultation is free.
Reduce your risk of viral illness like the flu or the coronavirus. Wash your hands frequently with soap and water or with an alcohol-based hand sanitizer. Cover your nose and mouth when coughing or sneezing with a tissue. Throw away, then wash hands immediately. Avoid close contact with anyone who has the cold or flu-like symptoms. If you become ill, please visit your doctor or nearest health center and share your travel history. A health and wellness message from your Ministry of Health.
Welcome back to Open Your Eyes. From entertainment now into some snacks. Ooh. Snack delight. And we love snacks, we can tell you that much. A combination of smoked meats and breakfast options. Andrew Craig is in with us, along with Melissa Ball. They're the owners of Snack Delight. Guys, good morning and welcome.
Hey, good morning.
Hi.
I know it's rush hour for you guys, so thank you for chatting with us.
We're going to make it quick because I'm sure people are out in the lines. So let's talk about it. Andrew and Melissa, let's talk about it. Snack Delight, what is this? How did it come around?
Well, it was a business my mom started about 40 years ago.
Yeah.
And she just expanded until I came in it was like 2006, I started working for her, a job for her. Yeah. And I did that for about 10 years until she finally decided to, did a soft retirement. She's still working right now. Me and my wife, we just did what we do best and invent new things.
Well, you went from, it is a long-established business, But you've really put your stamp on it, haven't you? What was one of the things that when you finally had creative control, no disrespect to Mom, she kept it going all those years, but when you had the chance to introduce new things, what was something you were really looking forward to introduce?
The smoked meats.
Yeah.
I enjoy smoking. It's relaxing. I enjoy it.
Yeah.
It's something out of passion.
Yeah, but Mel, talk to us about it. You guys have always had a crowd there. You could go to various stores and you could find snack delights there. Talk to us. What's the feeling like, especially that we're in a pandemic and people, there's a limit to what people can do now. How have that impacted the business?
Yes, indeed. Well, we've been sending out our breakfast to the delis, the local delis, that being Brody's, Highway, and the downtown. We sent to the Puma gas stations, also included Shell on the highway as well. It's been rough through this whole COVID pandemic, but we've been pushing and it's been good. We have to say thanks very much to our customers that have kept us throughout this whole thing. And we've just been trying to survive.
Yeah.
All right. I'm sure. I'm sure. But one of the things that I noticed there as well, there are different flavors when it comes to the pies, or the different meat choices. Tell us about what you've got.
We have the chicken, we have beef, and seasonal we do conch patties and conch meat pie, and the lobster patties as well.
Yeah. So who's the creativity behind the new meals?
I would say Andrew. He comes up with all his creation, and he comes to me and says we want to incorporate something, and we decide what's best, like what route we want to go with, and we just experiment. A lot of our friends will tell you that they have tried our food before we actually because I don't want to say like this, but they are a test subject and they enjoy it. So we actually have a good time with before we put out these products.
Okay.
Tell me about these animal fries.
Oh, animal fries. That's something I had for the first time in 2018. I had to do a trip to Sacramento, and they have this franchise In-N-Out.
Yeah.
I went with a cousin, and he introduced me to In-N-Out.
Yeah.
And I the first time, and man, I was so had to bring it back.
So animal fries, but out of what?
I'm sorry. It doesn't have any animal at all, actually. It's just fries and grilled onions. Cheese and the Thousand Island secret sauce.
But you know what?
Is that it there?
Yeah.
Yes, that's it.
No, that's actually the cheesesteak fries.
Okay, that's cheesesteak.
I want to see the animal fries though.
Yeah.
That one is animal fries with the ribs on the side.
That right there?
Oh my gosh. It's caramelized onions. That makes everything more delicious.
But you know what I love about this segment is that I only know Snack Delight for the patties, but I didn't know you guys do other stuff.
What?
Yes, we post it on Facebook. We try to go by order since you don't want to be making too much and staying with anything. We post it and we take orders throughout the week. On Fridays, we usually do the birria days. And then Wednesdays, we try to do burgers. And occasionally Saturdays, we would have lunch as well.
So it's more than just breakfast, more than just little snacks.
Yes.
What about on Saturdays?
Yes, Saturdays, I'd say at least twice in a week we do Saturdays.
Wow.
So what's been the hot item when you come out with so many new dishes, or new for Belize? What I'm sure everybody starts to develop their favorites. Which ones have really taken off that Belize has fallen in love with?
I would say for now it would be the birria tacos, but since we have started with the smoked meats, I would definitely say the smoked ribs.
Yeah.
Smoked ribs.
Which you put between waffles now?
Yes. We experiment with a lot of different stuff. You could get it with soft jacks. We do the smoked meat within the soft jacks as well.
Oh, wow.
So how often do we have this smoked ribs? Hint, hint.
We would do it on Saturdays, but we would post it if you would want to order. Or if you want to make a special order, you can request it and we would be able to make it for you.
And tell us about the birria tacos.
That's all her.
She gave
you a look just now, yeah. Was it because he doubted you? Did he doubt you there for a second, Mel?
Actually, he came up with this idea that he wanted to do the tacos. It wasn't something that I initially wanted to do at all, but he coaxed me into it. I got convinced, and it takes a lot of preparation.
Yeah.
For that, we have to start the preparation from the day before, which would be setting the meat, preparing all the vegetables, and just the pre-prep before we serve. It's not all done the day before, but most of it is done the day before.
Okay.
All the prepping, yeah.
Yes.
All right. So tell us about your social media pages, because honestly, I need to go and check it out.
Oh my gosh.
I started the social media pages about 3 to 4 years ago, I would say. I think it was something out of necessity, because being a business that has been going on for quite some time now, people tend to forget, or they would say that, oh, I didn't know that you guys were still in operation. So I started the pages, the Instagram page, that's just recent, but the Facebook has been a little while ago. And we try to post so that people remember that we're still here, and just to take orders. So Facebook is definitely a good platform to get our food across.
And on a day like today, you got your conch meat pies?
Oh no, we don't have that today. We'll be having it tomorrow.
Oh, it's just, I mean, I am getting so hungry just looking at all these pictures while I talk to you guys. But explain to us, just how has COVID impacted you? I mean, many businesses have had a tough time. Not everybody wants to go out.
COVID-19. It has affected everyone, actually, and we're all in this together in the same storm, different boats. We've been impacted where it hurts. We lost one of our major customers in HCC with the closing of the schools. And it actually gave us the opportunity, and it actually mandated us to think outside the box. And by doing so, we came up with the road trip sardines. That's where we smoke our meats and different stuff, and we take orders from people in Kai, Open Pan, Crozal, and we basically drive across the country and deliver the food.
Wow.
What?
That's amazing.
So you take your Belize City-based business and you drive to the other districts and take your food so they can have it?
Yeah.
Yes.
And how did that work out for you?
Yeah.
They really like the people like it. They like it. They like it actually.
They have accepted us, and they've been asking when our next road trip is
Which
going
should
to be.
April 10th.
Wow.
So now
I mean, listen, this is so smart because a lot of people eventually do have to come into Belize City or have relatives here and say, you got to try this guy or go check this out. Have you seen the effects of it?
Yep.
Yes, actually, we've gotten a lot of new customers. We do still have our customers that have been with us for quite some years now, I would say. And yes, with the road trips and with Facebook, we've gotten a lot of new customers.
Wow. All right. Well, I'll tell you what, I'm looking forward to some of the smoked meats because I love those.
Do you do deliveries too, since that's one of the things people have become reliant on?
Yes, we do deliveries. We use the Frontline Express, so they would just, the customer need to just send us their address and their name. We forward it to the guys and we pick up and pay for them.
All right. Well, that sounds good. One of my favorite is the vegan patties. Do we have some of those?
Vegan
patties? Yes, we have those.
I love
Actually, we have some in the oven right now.
What? Patties with no meat? What are you talking about?
It tastes like meat. It really does.
Just like I'm fries. Tastes like meat.
But is that a new demand that people are asking for no meat?
Veggie? That's been around for years.
Yeah.
One of the best sellers, actually.
Wow.
And now tell me about your new smoked products. So you said you have smoked ribs, but what else do you work on?
Ribs, brisket, smoked chicken, armadillo eggs. This one is kind of funny because we post it sometimes, armadillo eggs.
What?
You want to know what? Exactly. It's just stuffed peppers wrapped in ground steak, then wrap in bacon, and then we smoke it. But when you slice, the cheese inside makes it look like an egg, so we call it armadillo eggs.
But why
Oh my gosh. I was worried that Forestry was going to call us after this for a minute, right?
No.
Thank goodness you explained.
Animal fries and armadillo eggs.
I think that sounds like a zoo combo right there, right? You can call it, in honor of Sharon, a Matola special. I don't know, but it's lovely to hear just the creativity that you get to put in your food. How do you react when you put something like that out and people start buying it? I mean, are you worried whether or not they'll respond to it?
Yes, definitely. Actually, sometimes I have anxiety over something. I would keep asking Andrew, what was the feedback? How did it go? And actually, it's been great. We have to say that we've been accepted as the smoked meat place to go. Yeah. A lot of our customers will comment on inquiries on Facebook and would say that, yes, you should hit us up and let us know that you want the food or something like that.
Okay. All right. And what has been the response, especially when you've got, I'd like to say wacky names like that. I mean, armadillo eggs. People are so used to just, look, chicken, beef, pork, and that's it, and fish. But you've got names to these things. How do people respond to that?
Actually, when I post, sometimes I wonder if people actually call it the name that I put on them.
Yeah.
And next day you hear people calling, can I have 5 armadillo eggs or 2 McFries or the McCrigs? Can I have 6 McCrigs?
McCrigs? What are McCrigs?
It's like a McGriddle. It's pancakes with egg and cheese and bacon in
in pancakes. Oh,
yeah, pancakes, egg, bacon.
So there it is. Look at that.
Look at that. Gosh. Wow.
Okay.
McCrigs.
You guys have just made everybody hungry right now. I gotta say that. But are you open all day? I mean, what's your time like?
Yeah.
No, we open from 6 to 10.
6 to 10.
Okay.
Monday to Saturday.
I was just about to ask what's for lunch today.
Oh no, unfortunately we weren't able to do the video tacos for today, but we scheduled it for tomorrow.
Okay.
Now we know.
Done.
Now we know. Well, guys, any final words from you?
Well, I gotta say, John kept all the samples there in front of him.
It was a lot.
Thank you. There's the
It's
proof.
on my side.
He kept all of it.
So, final words, guys. To your customers, to the public.
Well, we just want to say a huge thanks to everybody that has been supporting us throughout the years and giving us the opportunity to provide this service, because without them, truly we won't be anywhere. And thanks to you guys for the opportunity to be here today as well.
Well, we were really just interested in, the creativity behind your dishes, and of course to understand a bit more how Belizean businesses are doing at this time. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you.
All right, and I got John to share, so now I can dive in. Have a great day and stay safe.
You guys.
Take care.
There you go. Have a great day, guys. Well, it's all about a fun Friday. We've got ours to dip into. We'll do that. But what we'll do is that we'll take a break. And when we come back, we'll be wrapping things up. So stay with us. We'll be right back.
In these challenging times, the one thing that is certain is that the Belize Bank Limited is here for you. There is nothing more important than your health and safety, and we continue to make every effort to make banking safer for you. Our staff is working around the clock to make sure you can do your banking conveniently 24/7 using our mobile banking app and online banking, and keeping ATMs up and running. We value your relationship with us and are here to provide the support you need. First responders are also out there 24/7. Thank you, healthcare workers, security forces, firefighters, caregivers. You are all appreciated. Stay safe. We will get through this together. The Belize Bank, our country, your bank.
2020 taught us the importance of being connected to the virtual world, and NextGen is here to keep its commitment to you. Even if you're physically apart, NextGen keeps you digitally connected.
Okay everyone, thank you for following me today.
NextGen provides more than just an internet plan. They provide service plans that support all your online needs. Sign up today and get your NextGen's ultra high-speed internet service. NextGen, powered by Central TV and Internet.
Hello. Okay, sure, I'll be there. Hello?
Hi, Mommy. When are you coming home? I really miss you.
Hearing the voice of our loved ones can always lift our spirits and make us feel whole again. With Smart's Twice as Nice promotion, prepaid customers who make 5 minutes worth of national calls on Sundays can enjoy 50% off. Top double on all national calls for the rest of the day. Call your loved ones and enjoy half off all day long. Smart, bringing people together.
And we're back.
Just like that, we're back. But I'll tell you what, time is not on our side. We need to leave. We're so thankful that you could have joined us this morning. We had 3 wonderful segments. We spoke with a young entrepreneur who his product is called Penny Salsa. I can't wait to try it. I had a penny man. And so we need to get into that. So we'd like to say a big thank you to Anir Coleman. I think that's his name. I hope I don't mix up. Anir. Yeah, Anir Coleman, who is an entrepreneur from Punta Gorda. He's only 18 years old.
Yeah.
And he's actually stepping out on a limb. And now he's providing Penny Salsa. Thank you.
And big thank you to our entertainment panel today. We really wanted to get in a different side of the conversation as the impacts of COVID. And clearly, it has been very devastating for them as well. They're still optimistic and they're trying to find ways to diversify. So if you do need any of their services, please do show your support, because clearly their traditional form of making money is not an option at this time.
And remember, entertainment, of course, is a big part of our culture here in Belize. And so therefore, support these folks as they continue to support you with their skills. Also, a big thank you to Andrew and Melissa of Snack Delight. You guys have got a lot of snacks there. We dived in already. We'll continue to chef it up as soon as we're
definitely
done.
have armadillo eggs on my menu and animal fries.
And animal fries. I like the wacky names. I'm done with that. I'll try it because, hey, what's not to try, right?
Yeah.
So that's the way it is. And again, thank you so very much for joining us. If you've got any questions, any concerns, you can always drop us a line at oye@channel5belize.com. You want me to do the Facebook? All right. You can check us out on Facebook at Open Your Eyes BZ. You can also check us out on Instagram at OYE Belize.
And remember to tune in on Monday morning at 6:30 when you open your eyes.
To start your morning right, as per usual, keep your eyes, your minds,
and your hearts open. We'll see you soon. Enjoy your day and weekend, and please stay safe, Belize.
All right.
Open Your Eyes was brought to you by the Belize Bank, our country, your bank.